the topic of emotional deposits and withdrawals. This is done not seen by Aisha for this. It's a very major topic. It's a very big topic, and I am myself not so perfect in it, but I am speaking so that I can improve myself. So for my own improvement, I am speaking this. Actually, we know that Prabhupada, one line of Prabhupada which touched the heart of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur so much. What was that? What you have put? ये तो mention absolute is sentient. Yeah. Thou has proved
Impersonal calamity, thou has removed.
Impersonal calamity thou has removed. So Supreme Lord is sentient. Sentient means he has got sentiments, feelings. Means he's a person. So every person has got feelings. Lord also has got feelings. Amazingly, when this Varahadev, there is a fight going on between Varahadev and Hiranyaksha. So Hiranyaksha speaks to Varahadev with abusive language. And it is written in Bhagavatam that Varahadev feels bad. He feels pain that why he is abusing me like this. So this puts us to thought, how can Lord feel bad? So generally we say that one should be equipoised, right? In honor, dishonor, in happiness, distress, success, failure, we should be equipoised. Lord is only not equipoised, then how can Lord expect us from that? But then the explanation is given that actually the feelings are not denied. The feelings are always there, but equipoised means what? That it is not that we don't get any feelings, because without feeling, person is a machine. Machine or a matter has no feelings. Like they are wanting to make humanoid, but they cannot insert feeling in the humanoid. He may do your work. He may welcome you when you come to home. Welcome. But then, do you feel that there will be feelings out of it? And at all, we will get any feeling when a humanoid will welcome us. Maybe 1-2 days, acha lagega. There won't be any feelings. So that's how without feelings we are like machine. So when we say equipoised, it more refers to the person who understand things after, although the feelings are there, but despite the feelings, the person understands things more philosophically and acts more in a rational manner than venting out his emotions in an irrational manner. You can get it what I'm saying. The equanimity doesn't mean that we don't have any feelings. The feelings are experienced, but equanimity means what? After, despite the feelings, one is able to think in a rational way, in philosophical way, and act in a proper manner than in just venting out the emotion. So the best example is Arjun. इतना सारा भगवत गीता अर्जुन को सुनाया भगवान, but then when Abhimanyu died, Arjun cried. Right? So उनमें से अरे इतना बोला, ताम स्थितिक्षस्व भारत, so सारा क्लास वेस्ट हो गया, कुछ प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन नहीं किया, लेकिन ऐसा लग सकता है. वेयर इज प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन? डायरेक्टली एक 4-5 दिन पहले ही क्लास बताया, 4 दिन हो गए शायद, अभिमन्यु मर गया तो रोने लगे. Every Pandavas were all crying also. So when we say, what is that? So of course, certain Sri Vaishnavas have got another understanding, but we are not so much in line with that understanding. But some of them say that Krishna also did not like Arjun crying like this, but it is not like that. As far as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, what we have heard is that Krishna did not object on Arjun's crying, but we see that Arjun cried very much. He felt great pain. But at the same time, we see that Arjun did not give in to that emotions in such a way that he just, dropped everything. That's what happened with Dronacharya. When Dronacharya's son died, what is his name? Ashwatthama. So what Dronacharya did? Dropped everything. And he said, now my life is useless. So, but we see contrast Arjun is that he said, I'll fight with further more vigor. He fought with more vigor. He did not lose his faith on Krishna. He did not take any wrong action of committing suicide or anything like that. Today say, "Abhi bachcha mar gaya, abhi kya जीवन में बचा है? हम भी मर जाए." Not like that. Whereas, Dronacharya is almost it was a suicidal policy. Abhi my son has died, and he did not even verify it. कि सच में मर गया कि नहीं मर गया क्या है? He just dropped everything. So in this way, we see that the equanimity doesn't mean there are no emotions. Emotions are there. Emotions is a characteristic of a human being, or there are a lot of things inside. It's okay. Only thing I will do is, so there are emotions in the human beings, especially in the human beings. Even in animals, there are emotions, because in living entity there are emotions. But those emotions are properly directed based on intelligence. So now, in the Vedic times, the emotions, people were very emotionally very stable. So one of the proof of emotional stability is that the person is not very much. There is a term called as sentimental. In fact, Prabhupada writes also in third canto that devotional service without knowledge is sentimentalism. So knowledge is very important. So Vedic times we see that people were emotionally quite stable, and one of the best example of emotional stability is Suniti. She is my ideal role model for emotional stability. Whenever I feel depressed, I see at Suniti. Although her pastime is maybe few shlokas in Bhagavatam, but high class example of emotional stability. When that her son is insulted, it is indirectly insult to her only. But Suniti is not at all taking any revenge. But she is crying. She is crying very much. It is written that her lotus-like face was totally, what do you say, murjha gaya. So it was become like that. So she felt very pain, acute pain within her heart, and she also started crying, hearing how much her son has been insulted. But at the same time, what she said to Dhruva, don't become envious of your stepmother. And she said, this is a fact that your father doesn't like it. So now with this, if you come to know, suppose that your counselor doesn't like you, suppose it is not a fact, I'm just saying arbitrary situation. So what will be our feelings? What we what is the use of bhakti itself? I am doing so much, and despite that, counselor doesn't like me. क्या फायदा है उसका? भक्ति करके क्या फायदा? Yeah, this can be one emotion, one feeling. Any other? Those days, one of our OC told, Rai Shampru likes only OC and IM, or whatever, OC and PM, something. And we were none of that, so we were devastated. क्या है? No, Rai Shampru doesn't like us. So like that, then we went to our counselor. We told him, said, "What foolish people you are." He said, "You should feel that Rai Shampru likes you more. You are so nice, sincere devotee. Like that should be our feeling." So not that we are OC, so we feel that Raishampur likes OC more. It's all childish, childish kind of behavior. He said. Any other emotion? हाँ आपको ही सब इमोशन बाकी डिवोटीज को कुछ इमोशंस नहीं okay. That is a very high good emotion. Okay, one maybe positive emotion. Fine. Any other emotion?
One will feel better to change.
Better yeah, one sense valid also. Yeah, better to change counselor.
We may try and we may go and check with counselor if Roji is feeling like this.
Is it really fact also?
Fact.
Yeah, that is good emotion also. That let us go and check it, rather than assuming it, on hearsay. Correct. Why he doesn't like me? Just because I don't look so nice, is it that he doesn't like me? Or just because I am so much anarthas, so he doesn't like me? So yeah, actually you all are very soft people. Maybe I think the harder emotion will be if he doesn't like me, I also don't like him. जाओ खड्डे में. Do you think that I need him? Do you think that I need him? So in my life, I don't need him. But what is the Suniti's response? Don't become envious of Suruchi. And she practically showed that. How?
After
After Dhruva came back, Suniti
both were
took Suruchi in her own palanquin. Not to show off. देखो अभी तुमको दिखाती हूँ मेरा बेटा को क्या हो गया भगवान मिल गया तेरा बेटा अभी मर जाएगा अच्छा होगा दिखाती हूँ तुम्हें. Not like that. She took her with a genuine feeling of friendship. And by that the heart of Suruchi also melted by her such behavior. So this is the one of the highest example of emotional stability. one of the facet of emotional stability is not to hate the one who hates you. How difficult it is, right? Not to hate the one who hates you. So Prahlad Maharaj is another best example. His father hated him, but he did not hate him. He always worked for the welfare of his father. Although he did not listen to him, he did not follow the instructions of father, right? But he did not hate him, right? Did Prahlad Maharaj follow the instructions of him? No, he rejected the instructions of his father, but he never hated him for that. So even we see that Prabhupada writes about often that people in the battlefield they would be fighting in the daytime, and evening time they would be what?
doing eating together.
They would be friends. They would behave in a very friendly manner. Jarasandha and this Bhima fight was going on. That's what was happening actually. Jarasandha was daytime. Bhima and Jarasandha were fighting tooth and nail to each other. No, eagerly trying to kill each other. But night they would be friends, and Jarasandha would call them for dinner. It is not that he would put some poison or something in that. They would give nice fish to them, and they would also deal so friendly with them. It's mind-boggling, right? Don't you feel it is mind-boggling? ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? At least बोलेंगे हमको एक दूसरे से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. Just I want to keep distance from you. You want to kill me? I'll keep distance from you. Isn't it? वो भी नहीं आके फ्रेंडशिप है. शाम को अच्छे से बात कर रहे हैं प्यार से बात कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे का वेलकम कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे को खेल रहे हैं एक दूसरे के साथ whatever that चेस कार्ड्स हे भगवान कार्ड्स के चेस शतरंज so, so like that so such emotional stability we can imagine this is like simply mind boggling. Whereas Kalyuga people are becoming more and more emotionally unstable because of so much unstable that till also our Siddhant Prabhu was telling that in America people even if you sometimes they are so agitated even if you just say how are you or hi they become so angry leave me alone. They will shout leave me alone don't. High degree of emotional instability, right? So they cannot tolerate little bit also little inconvenience and they'll burst like anything. Like that we see that even the students are also so emotionally unstable. हमारे बचपन में टीचर ने हमारा कितना पिटाई किया हो राइट आप सब लोगों का पिटाई किया टीचर किया है ना हम सबका किया है उधर थोड़ा टीचर ने थोड़ा ज्यादा उनका पिच बढ़ा दिया तो डायरेक्ट आके मार देते shoot the teacher only. So we see that highly emotionally unstable people, so that's the contrast and that's why there are so many problems. So now because this is not what is displeasing means what Rohit bro?
No, that was answered my question. Ki counselor is
Counselor is hitting you, so
so to find out what is displeasing
okay,
him.
what is displeasing him? Okay. Yeah, these are all, you're all advanced devotees, so you all have positive emotions. I am telling negative emotions actually. So I was just telling some negative emotions. Maybe some of you may not get any negative emotion. That is true. So what I was telling. American, yeah. Oh,
I didn't tell you.
yeah. So now this is not our topic. The topic is that now we are actually staying in this Kali Yuga association. We are ourselves also in Kali Yuga. So it becomes a important thing to deal properly with people because people are coming from an emotionally unstable background. Hmm. What could be the reasons for emotional instability? One of the main reason is not getting proper love and care from parents upbringing. Actually, we see that people who were born and brought up in joint families, they are emotionally highly stable. One of the reason is that because in the childhood they get so much love that everybody loves them a lot. In fact, you know such people, even it is said that even they when they grow up, their lust problems are very less. Because what is basically lust is the try to get some emotional support more than physical enjoyment. It is all about emotional love people are seeking for, which manifests in the form of sexual enjoyment. So those who have got enough or abundant amount of love in their childhood, they are quite emotionally stable. But those who didn't get, very like modern culture of west is of divorce. you know they say that this is my uh, mother's sixth husband or something. They say this is my sixth father. They say. So I what we can imagine what type of emotional stability these people will have if they don't have fixed mother and father only. So where you can expect anything, isn't it? So this is one of the very major factor. People grown in a this thing. Actually those days village culture is also like that. It is said that an entire village contributes to the growth of children. So we see Vrindavan is that ideal village. It is not that only Nanda and Yashoda are the only one who are loving Krishna. Nuclear family. Nanda Yashoda both are working in software. And the poor Krishna, he doesn't have anything to eat, so he goes to steal. In outside home. It is not. This is not the case, right? Nanda Yashoda are not only Nanda Yashoda are loving Krishna. Everybody is loving Krishna. Hmm. And we see this description of Hogarthi. If you see that painting in house of Nanda Yashoda, not only Krishna Balram are eating, everybody is eating. So many coward boys are eating. That means they must have cooked for so many, and that must be a regular thing that they eat. And uh, when Krishna goes to any other home, also, of course, one is stealing Leela, but apart from that, otherwise they are very happy. And you might have seen in that video also, this Madhu Mangal's mother, she comes and says, Krishna, I have prepared nice rasgulla for you. Right? So it's like, culture is that not they only love their own children, they love everybody else's children. And in fact, they feel very happy. When the children come home, they want to feed them something, give them something, eat this, eat that. So that was a culture. So, and what to speak of a joint family? Joint family means what? You know, Actually, Govindra or somebody was telling, the definition of joint family is that, they were saying that in Haryana somewhere there is a family, still they have some 25 members they stay together till now. 35, no, 40 hai kuch to. Still they stay in same house, 40. And they say, so I think this Chowpatty devotees went there. So they say that, so amongst them, so they asked one child, that who is your mother and father? And he said, it doesn't matter. He asked, who is your among so many uncles and aunties, who is your mother and father? He said, it doesn't matter. He did not answer only. So they said that their bonding was so thick in the family that there was, that nobody discriminated. Ye mere bacche. No, everybody would bathe, all children, common bathing. Have you ever experienced it? I don't know whether in our childhood we were experienced also, that our auntie or somebody will be there. All children would be sitting, especially the Deepavali day. सब बैठो एक साथ, वो आंटी आके सबके सर के ऊपर पानी डाल देते, गर्म पानी, चलो नहाओ, सबको साबुन लगा देती, फिर से सबको हो गया, सब रेडी एक साथ, सब बच्चे रेडी हो जाते. It's not that only my mother has to come and bathe. Mother would be cooking for everyone, and another auntie would be doing another thing for everyone. So in this way, one gets love from everyone. Of course, these are good old days. We can say. So there gets gives lot of emotional stability. This is one of aspect. Another aspect is also past life traumas or somebody has faced. So that also continues as emotional instability. So that is like out of our control. So or yeah, third reason is a lot of family problems if people face, if there are divorces or kind of other things, then or very harsh nature. So again, sorry, I'm getting into analytically this thing, but that is not our topic. Topic is that now we are anyways, we can't change those things. We are anyways having to deal with the people who are coming from these various backgrounds, of Kali Yuga backgrounds, and we ourselves are also the members of that. So now that's why it becomes important to consider the emotional deposits and withdrawals. So just like in the account, how much ever we may deposit, if we deposit 20,000, we can withdraw at the max 20,000. In fact, what the bank says that there should be some minimum balance. It's not that you can withdraw all 20,000, right? You have to keep some 1,000 rupees or something is the minimum limit should be there. The same way, in our dealings with others, other devotees, this concept is also applicable. So there is an emotional deposit and there is an emotional withdrawal. Emotional deposit is the kind behavior with which or appreciations, that's what is emotional. We will discuss that deposit, and what is withdrawal, unkind behavior, like that. So more details we'll discuss. So now when we are dealing, first first point is that we have to understand the individual, and what is the key to the deposits is that you can't understand what is the deposit until you understand them. You don't know what they consider as a deposit until you understand them. For example, Sushmit Pro, what is deposit in you? No deposit required. Huh? What do you consider that somebody does to you that is deposit in you? Emotional deposit. Kya?
Somebody
Oh, that he should say. Maybe you are thinking that's what is our point. Unless until you understand him. Maybe if you know him very closely, then that may be the factor. What do you think? Or you are not getting any other answer. So you are telling, oh, जो भी बोल रहे हो सही है.
That's something
Helping in tough situation. Okay, this is one of the deposits. What else? What do you consider?
Yes, like I can give example of Sushmit only. Many times, like he comes and keeps some special person as he is a kitchen influencer. So this is like always I feel I'm getting so much love through his. This is like one example.
Keeping special prasad, that's a deposit for Aditya Prabhu. For Mahesh Prabhu, he is telling giving Mahaprasad. Somebody gives him Mahaprasad, he feels that as a deposit in him. Vaibhav Prabhu is telling that giving gifts, so if somebody gives him gifts, that is also, deposit for him. Or care when we need, that is also deposit, Vaibhav Prabhu. So when we are in crisis situation, then that is considered to be deposit. Rohit Pro is saying that somebody spends time with him, he feels that as a deposit. Yeah. So the point is that different people will have different understanding of deposit also. Some people, if you spend time with them, they'll say, why you are that is withdrawal for them sometimes. Why are you wasting my time? But for some people, it is a deposit. They feel, oh, I'm so grateful this person spent so much time with me. So the point is that we have to understand, if we know the person, then only we can understand what is deposit for him. Somebody has already stomach problem, and if you give him prasadam, you will consider that as a withdrawal. He'll say, "मुझे चिढ़ा रहा है शायद प्रसाद देके," like that. My already stomach is so bad, and he's giving me prasad. क्या है ये? Maybe he wants to tease me. He wants to give me and eat himself. That right. So that's why we should know the person, understand the person, and we should have that art. Somehow, the curse of modern civilization is that we are too busy. Because of that, we don't care to understand the front person. And what we say, please try to understand me, Prabhu. This common this thing, right? Nobody understands. Please understand me, Prabhu. But how much we care to understand others? That's a very important question. Somehow, unfortunately, we are so busy that we don't understand. Ideally, everybody should know about others, what he likes, what foodstuffs he likes, what are his favorite things, and so that should be this thing. That should be well known to us. Like he told about Sushmit, maybe he must be knowing Sushmit quite well. That's why he's able to tell like that. So we should be knowing like that about quite some devotees in the voice or amongst each other, that this is what he likes very much, what prasad he likes, what gifts he likes. Everybody based on his varnashrama tendency also, he will like certain things. Like if somebody is Kshatriya, if you give him weapon, he'll be very happy. But to Brahmana, if you give weapon, he'll say, "Kya? Useless thing." You give him book. Brahmana will be very happy if you give him book. Yeah, chalo, acha. Kshatriya, if you give him some weapon, he'll be so happy. Yeah, that's what it is. So based on that, different gifts will be liked by different people also, who will consider what gift to be very appreciable, like that. So we have to understand people. Then we can understand what is deposit on them, like that. Some people, they told me very amazing, that they told me that, Prabhu, when you chastise me, I feel very close to you. Some people, I said, generally chastisement is considered to be withdrawal, but somehow they consider as deposit. Some of the North Indian people, they have little, they are quite emotionally strong actually. So they feel, yes, Prabhuji likes us. That's why he's chastising. So I was amazed actually that how can somebody say like this. So that's how when you know a person, sometimes if you unnecessarily too much glorify a person also, we may think that glorification is a deposit. But sometimes too much glorification irritates a person. And he feels, hey, क्या है? क्यों मेरे पीछे पड़े? दूसरा कोई मिला नहीं क्या? Get lost from here. कुछ तो practical करो इधर. Don't just keep on glorifying like this. So that's how we have to understand people. Then we'll understand what they consider to be deposit, like that. Raheshambro is one of the person. If you see, even if you glorify him 100 times, he's not so impressed. But if you do some seva for Prabhupada, he feels impressed. Yeah. Or if you do morning program nicely, or you chant nicely, or something, sadhana nicely, or seva nicely, or do something, in spiritual life, he feels very happy about it. You may glorify him, he says, all that is all right. He says, do something. Yeah. So that, but how do we understand a person? We can understand the person only when we consider him to be important. We care to understand the person when we think that he is an important person. Otherwise, very difficult. If we don't care for some person, that means he is not so important for us. Like that. Now, another second aspect is attention to details is the sign of love. And not attention to details is also withdrawal. So small kindnesses are very important, actually. It is not that, actually this is helpful in preaching also. It is not that one has to give a very costly gift. Okay, Prabhu, I am giving you a car, this gift. not toy car, actual car. Yeah, again, that point is there. To a small kid, if you want to do a deposit, emotional deposit, you cannot gift him some washing machine or something. What child will do with washing machine? But you give him small toy car, he'll be happy. But to a big person, if you give him a gift, toy car, he will say, "Hey, what is this?" You need a big car for him to give a gift, right? So this is just what you say objective definition of. We have to understand the person. Then we can understand what will make a deposit within him. Now, again, amongst Vaishnava circle, especially, you know, whereas the people, of different varnas, it is said that the Shudra can never be satisfied. कितना भी दो उनको कभी satisfy नहीं होता है शूद्र. Whereas Vaishya, उनको he always values everything based on money. कितना पैसे का दिया, वो गिफ्ट्स आता है तो देखते हैं 500 रुपये का तो रहेगा शायद 100,000 रुपये का रहेगा शायद. So he values the gifts based on money. That is Vaishya mentality. you know so Kshatriya mentality is that how much it will increase my name and fame. What is the what is the utility value of it? That's what Kshatriya will feel. Whereas a Brahmana mentality is what he feels that how much this particular gift I can use for self-realization, or how much it is relevant for self-realization. But Vaishnava, his feeling is that any small gift also Vaishnava is very easily pleased. That's why Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyaya patitanam pavanebhyo. Supreme of all Vaishnavas is Lord Shiva. Vaishnavana Yatha Shambhu. Known as the name of Lord Shiva is Ashutosh. Ashutosh means very easily satisfied. Actually, even Krishna is also Ashutosh. It's very easily satisfied, right? We know that very famous, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, that pastime of, Rukmini and Satyabhama. They are putting Krishna on the one side of balance, and Satyabhama was putting so much of jewelry and all that. But Rukmini just put one small tulsi leaf and Krishna went up, that whole thing went down. So Krishna is satisfied with simple leaf, little water, little fruit also. So Krishna is very easily satisfied. Shiva is also very easily satisfied. What they say? Namaskara Priya Surya, Abhisheka Priya Shiva, Alankara Priya Vishnu. So if you want to please Lord Shiva, you have to do Abhishek to him. So just offer little Ganges water on Lord Shiva and he is satisfied. Surya also just offer him Namaskar, he is satisfied. Like that. So that's how we see that, because these are not Shudras, no? So it is not that kitna bhi do wo satisfy nahi hote. These all personalities are satisfied with because they're all Brahmanas and above Brahmanas, Vaishnavas. So with little thing also they are satisfied. The same way we see amongst Vaishnava circle also, as such, Vaishnavas are satisfied with little things also. One of the typical thing you can satisfy Vaishnava is little Mahaprasad. Right? Thoda prasad do, Brahmana bhojana priya. Brahman ko thoda acha bhojan do. Cheapest thing, right, in the life, most simplest thing to give is the rice, He doesn't need a car, or he doesn't need diamond or gold or something, Okay, just give him some nice prasad, he is happy. Brahmana. Really, Vaishnavas are also like that. They're quite easily satisfied. So, but we have to take this time out, or we have to take our energy, attention out to give small kindness, or small help, or small kind of appreciations, to the Vaishnavas. We should do that. So that are very important, and that they constitute a what you say, very major deposit, like that. So I sometimes hear from devotees, they say that, Prabhu, when I was sitting, so after 10 years they'll remember, Prabhu, when I was sitting and you came and just embraced me. So that I have kept in my mind for whole last 10 years that is going on. मैं तो just आके ऐसे किया. It was not like something I wanted to deposit or something. But just one embrace, makes the person, so much grateful sometimes, or so much of this thing. We see that's what the Vaishnava quality is. So, or some devotee, he told, oh, when I was in second year, you just patted on my back and just asked, are you okay? Are you happy and all? So I got so inspired. So really just a small gesture of kindness can be of such a value to a person. We cannot underestimate the value of it. Small gestures of like this can bring such a big, because these are Vaishnavas, na? So Vaishnavas are satisfied with small things also. So that's how our job is very easy actually. Because they are, you know, they are very kind. Vaishnavas by nature are very kind and very simple hearted. So they don't need much. If you just behave kindly, if you just give some small gift, just appreciate that on their back, just do something, and that can be considered as different. Of course, it is also based on the purity and level of a person. There is Srila Prabhupada, whose one smile has kept people going on through all the difficult periods of their life. Isn't it? Or just some small flower given by Prabhupada to them, or something has kept them going on. So the purity of a person also, to the degree person is pure, to that degree he can give love also. Pure person can give lot of love, and he doesn't have to make too much efforts to give love to a person. Why? Because he's so pure, he naturally loves this. But as far as we are concerned, we may not be that much pure, so we need to take some more efforts. And also we have to understand that small discourtesies and little forms of disrespect can be a major withdrawal as well. Like that. That is also the fact. So we should be also paying attention to details. Attention to details is a sign of love, right? So we should also be careful not to be, to show little disrespect to the others also. Like that. So Srila Prabhupada, he was in Tehran, and then one of the days, evening time, daytime or evening time, I don't know. So the evening time only, the program got over, and then Prabhupada there was small yatra. Small yatra means temple basically. The ISKCON definition of yatra is a temple. Temple ko yatra kaha hai. Pune yatra. Pune yatra means Pune temple. Pandharpur yatra means not going to Pandharpur. Pandharpur yatra means Pandharpur temple. So this Tehran was a very small yatra with few devotees, maybe 20-30 devotees were there. So mostly American devotees who have shifted there to preach. So Prabhupada, after the program was over, Prabhupada was giving out prasadam. So there was one of the Prabhupada disciple, her name was Manjiri Mataji. So mm, she had a small baby, 3 months old baby. So Prabhupada was giving prasad. Prabhupada gave prasad to that baby also, but this baby did not take it. And then Prabhupada just said, "Oh, too young." And then Prabhupada took it back. Then because 3 month old baby, how he will take it? Too much. But what happened? His mother, her face fell. उनका चेहरा उतर गया mother, Manjiri Mata, because she thought my son is not fortunate to get cookie or prasadam from Prabhupada. So as soon as Prabhupada observed that she is disappointed with her son, that he has not taken, Prabhupada gave that prasad to her. And he said, "This is extra for you, and you keep it for tomorrow, and you take it. Today you eat this, and tomorrow you eat that." And so she became her again face lit up like anything. Prabhupada gave me one extra, and because although my son did not take, but Prabhupada gave me extra, and she felt so happy with that. Again, her face bloomed. So we see that this is such a small interaction which Prabhupada did, but immediately there was a significant difference within a person. So, but for that, we have to be observant also. Prabhupada observed that she is feeling disappointed that her son has not taken like that. So we see that. So in this way, small discourtesies can be a withdrawal, and small kindnesses are very important. Small discourtesy like Sati, she was neglected by her father, Daksha, right? And she felt so much offended because it was a signal that her father is not at all respectful to Lord Shiva. Then it led to kind of Sati burnt herself, right? So apparently one may say, "Now why are you taking so much seriously?" But no, it was a disrespect towards this thing, towards Lord Shiva, because Daksha is neglecting Sati. He did not say anything to Sati. He did not chastise Sati. He did not say any bad words also to Sati. But he just neglected her. And that created kind of so much of problem. Now, one of the very essential aspect of keeping emotional deposits is that mm, we should learn to keep commitments. This is so important. Commitment should be kept. Certainly, sometimes when we think that commitment means vows we take at initiation. Yeah, these are the supreme commitments. 16 round, 4 executive principles. These are the supreme commitments. So that has to be kept only. But apart from that, small commitments like, can you give some example? Smaller commitments.
For example, we are talking to someone on the phone,
Hmm.
and then we get reminded of something work, and we tell him, "I'll call you again back,"
Hmm.
and then we don't call.
We don't call. Yes, very nice, classic example. We say, "I'll call you back, Prabhu," and we never call back. So this is withdrawal. This is withdrawal actually from the person because that person is waiting. You know, "Arey, he told me he'll call back. 2 days have passed. He has not called back." You know, so that is withdrawal. Any other?
Something is given to a devotee,
Hmm.
and it is something on money maybe, and then later thing weeks have passed, months have passed, and he remind. So and he said yes, tomorrow, one more time for this.
Hmm.
You may think that it's not the big money, but that thing goes.
Yeah, charger. Suppose we take someone. We say, Prabhu, I need your charger. He says, okay. So now what is expected after charging is that he should return back. If he keeps like that, it's a very major withdrawal. If a person doesn't return back the things, takes the things and doesn't return back, it's a very major withdrawal, and it is seen by people then disliking us. They will say, "Isko kuch nahi dene ka aage," because he doesn't give back anything. Yeah, very clear. Another very important example. you know Actually, as soon as that's why Chanakya Pandit says paradravyeshu loshtravat. दूसरों का जो चीज है वो कचरे के समान समझना चाहिए. Means not that we throw it away. दूसरों का चीजें लेके फेंक दो, ये मतलब नहीं है. Means what? It is not relevant for us. We should understand. And if somebody's things are with us, we should feel a heavy burden. ऐसा burden लगना चाहिए वो बड़ा. If somebody's thing is with us, we should return it back as early as possible. Take it, Baba. you know One nice example is there of Jagannath Das Baba, but I will not tell you. You all will get bewildered by that. It is so this thing. Anyways, I will not tell you. So yeah, so taking the things and not returning, it's a certainly lack of integrity, not keeping commitments. Any other online devotees? Any other? We tell I'll do it, but we don't do it. I had done it like that once, many times maybe, but once I remember very majorly, that वो भक्ति शास्त्री पेपर्स दिया मुझे चेक करने. I accepted it also. I said, yeah, I'll give. 2 महीना हो गया, 3 महीना हो गया. I couldn't check on it. I couldn't get time. Then that finally that devotee said, no, it seems that you are quite busy. Give back those papers. I'll get it checked from somebody. And I felt quite bad actually. I should not have done this. At least I should have told him, no, नहीं हो रहा है मेरे से. Sorry. You can find out some other deal. But I accepted that I will do it. And I have not done for 3 months. I was supposed to give it in 15 days. But 3 months I have not, checked the papers and given. So maybe I may say that, Prabhu, but it's genuine reason ना मैं क्या खा पी सो रहा हूँ क्या खाना मैं इतना सेवा है इतना साधना है. Can't you understand that that is not for him. He doesn't matter that how much you are busy. You have accepted the seva now, so then it is your duty to do it. And if you can't do it, then very frankly say, Prabhuji, sorry, नहीं कर पाऊंगा. If possible, you can. Right. But what is this? Taking seva and not doing it for millenniums together. Prabhupada said, 300 years have passed, and he has not done anything. Prabhupada said, exaggerate things to stress the importance. Like that. So this is the one which we often, I think so. this सेवा में बहुत सारा होता होगा. You have an internal manager है ना? OC है, हाँ, इनको बहुत experiences रहेगा. Right. Any other?
Guruji, sometimes we say that you help me now, I will help you in future, and whenever time comes, then we Danny like
Okay,
situation.
he says that right now you help me, I will help you back in future, but he never helps. The best example of this is Dronacharya and Drupada. Dronacharya told Drupada, I will help you in future, when you become the king. But he forgot. He didn't keep his commitment. Yeah, very good example. Hmm. Like that. Taking money and forgetting. Yeah, another very good example. Also. One of the another very important thing is telling that I will meet you at this time and not picking away on call that time. Right? Sometimes we tell Prabhuji, I will come to meet you at this time, and you don't come also. you know and later on what comes? Sorry, as if sorry is you know sorry is a nice solution for nice escape for all types of breaking of the commitments. But it's not like that. you know Sorry should be reflected in a practical action, that next time we become more careful. But if it doesn't, your every sorry, otherwise we keep on saying sorry, sorry, it is simply an empty sorry. It is not a uh, it is not kind of real sorry. you know what is the translation of word sorry? That is excuse me. सॉरी का मतलब क्या, लिटरल मीनिंग क्या है सर? अपोलॉजी मीन्स हिंदी में बता सकते हो ना, हिंदी मराठी? मुझे खेद है या मुझे दुख हो रहा है. That's the meaning of sorry, right? Somebody is suffering, we say I feel sorry for you, means what? मुझे दुख हो रहा है आपका suffering देख के, right? So when we say sorry, that should be emotion, that I feel bad that I did this to you, right? So means what? Next time I'll not do you this. So sometimes we say, Prabhuji, we will meet at, I will come to meet you at 2 o'clock. And then 4 o'clock has happened, this fellow has not come. What do you think must be there with that Prabhu? He is free sitting there. आपके लिए wait कर रहे क्या दिन रात? नहीं. That means what? He must have planned certain things, other things, and we don't come on time. ठीक है, 5-10 मिनट 15 मिनट इधर उधर, that is acceptable. But 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours we don't come, means shows what? Shows the lack of commitment. We have said that we will meet at this time, one should meet at that time. Or if you are not able to meet, at least we should say that, oh, sorry, I am become very busy. Can I get some other time? Since we are making him wait, unnecessarily, isn't it? So that's not proper. So that's why we should be very careful about making promises and commitments. The people in days of yore, we are not talking about Satyuga, just 100 years ago also, people were the people of commitments. Nowadays in our Sankalpa camp, we tell boys, they take commitment of 4 rounds and they never chant. This is how loose people are in commitments. 4 माला कमाओ लेते. So some hoax लगता है कभी-कभी. It's like, I don't know, it has remained an empty ritual now. 4 माला, 8 माला, 16 माला. कभी करता नहीं है वो जब. How empty, how hollow this is, isn't it? What type of commitment is this? Of course, we cannot just blame the boys. We are also ourselves lacking in certain commitments. That is true. We have to accept. But we see that the word of promise is so important, isn't it? So when people Lord Ram, just for some words of Dashrath, he practically went to forest. And Bali Maharaj is another example. Just because he agreed to give charity to Vaman Dev, he was ready to lose everything. So they say, Pran jaye, par vachan na jaye. Like, isn't it? In fact, there is one example of father of Shivaji Maharaj, Sambhaji, Shahaji. For that reason, he had to lose all his kingdom, proper, what you say, Jahangiri. One of the main reason was because he had promised something, and so for that, in order to fulfill that promise, that promise was for a Muslim fellow. But for keeping that promise, he was ready to be arrested and killed also. And so that's how that these two fellows this Sultan of Delhi, he got so impressed with him. That's why they didn't kill him. One of the main reason why they didn't kill him was because he said, "You are so true to your word. You had taken the commitment to protect this particular person, but you are, you are so true, and he's a Muslim fellow. For him, you had taken commitment to protect him, and you are so true that you are ready to risk your life. You came here to fight with us, whereas we have such a big army, and you are alone yourself. You came, where there is a surety. you know, Jizabai, she had prepared herself for Sati when he went because she knew he's surely. अरे हजारों लोगों का आर्मी है उनका, ये आदमी एक अकेला आदमी कितना भी शूरवीर हो, हजारों लोगों के सामने कैसे टिक सकता है? Impossible, right? But then he was a word of commitment. And that's why he said, okay, we'll not kill you because we are impressed with your integrity, kept your word so thoroughly. They couldn't find such people in their own soldiers. ये तो, कभी भी जाएगा like that. So that's why we should be careful about making promises and commitments, and we should, foresee, foresee the obstacles that these obstacles may come. So don't give false promises. Also, if we break the promises, commitments, then what happens? Others lose the trust on us. They say that ये आदमी कभी नहीं करने वाला ये चीज, पता है, like that. So we become famous as not so trustworthy. So that's why better take smaller commitments, but keep those commitments than taking so many commitments and not fulfilling them. Better eat as per your capacity. Fill your plate as per your capacity. Don't take too many things and then don't fulfill them. Of course, I had to accept that I am also lacking this in this regards, like that. So, also showing integrity is important in deposits. We have to walk our talk. So we should align with the values and behavior, like that. There is another very big homework for us. But in fact, to tell you very frankly, even in small dealings, people observe this lack of integrity. Then there is a, certainly that's a causes a deposit withdrawal, like that. So one devotee, senior devotee, he came in the night to, this thing, yoga, one of the yogas. And then he came at 10:30, something like that. So what happened? 10:30 he came. Then he somehow didn't come for morning program. And what he told other devotees, oh sorry, I came at 12:30 in the night. He said like that. So I couldn't get up because I was so tired. But then one of the devotee was little awake and he had noticed that he had come at 10:30. So he told his superior, Prabhu, I know that he came at 10:30. But he told that he has come at 12:30. What kind of behavior is this? So we see that then this devotee's trust was lost from him. He said, Arey, you tell otherwise very frankly, I am sorry, I couldn't get up. You write some Mahamantras or something, give. That is something better. But somebody tells like this lies, then it is like not proper. So one should align with the values and behavior. But it is a certainly we all have a lot of homework to do in this regards, right? Because we also say so many things but are not able to follow. so so the foundation of trust is this integrity, cooperation, and for in order to get cooperation, somebody asked Harishori Prabhu, how many rounds Prabhupada chanted? Harishori Prabhu said, Prabhupada never told us to do anything which he did not himself do. So Prabhupada surely chanted 16 rounds and much more. So he was chanting. And he told some quotes also, wherein Prabhupada tells that this is the time I finish my remaining rounds. Like that Prabhupada said from this. So that shows that he chanted 16 rounds for sure. But maybe furthermore he chanted also. Many other times he will be, sometimes on some morning walks, Prabhupada will be simply chanting. Sometimes during some travels, Prabhupada will be simply chanting, not talking anything. So he said Prabhupada never told us to do anything which he himself never followed. Like that. So, so that's how they got the trust of Prabhupada, and they were ready to do anything for Prabhupada. So that's why, if in order to get some cooperation from subordinates, we have to have this kind of we have to have this type of integrity, or we have to walk our talk, like that. Sometimes in the management, it so happens that uh, suppose there is a just giving a crude example. Suppose somebody is PC, he tells everybody, all of you, mentors, by tomorrow end of the day, all of your report about your boy should be ready. Okay, so now he has told like that. Now what happens? He himself doesn't prepare report about his own boys. Suppose, and he may say, मैं मुझे क्या पता सीनियर्स सीनियर्स ने रिपोर्ट मांगा है उनको दे दूंगा बच्चों के बारे में रिपोर्ट राइट तो बट हिज ओन रिपोर्ट इज लैकिंग ऑल अदर मेंटर्स बेचारे ने चुपचाप दे दिया हाँ प्रीचर ने मांगा है रिपोर्ट तो दे दिया इसका खुद का ही रिपोर्ट नहीं बनाया सो देन ही में से उनको कैसे पता चलेगा ये मेंटर्स को कि मैंने मेरा रिपोर्ट नहीं दिया करके कि मैं तो किसको देने वाला हूँ सीनियर्स को गैदर करके मेरे प्रीचर्स को देने वाला हूँ one may say so I can escape like this, but it is not like that. Sometimes what will happen, the preacher may openly ask, अरे सबका रिपोर्ट आ गया तुम्हारा रिपोर्ट किधर है? Oh, my report is not there, क्या प्रभु जी? Oh, I think I forgot to attach a file or something like that. But then all the mentors will understand that this fellow himself has not given report and he is chastising us for not giving report. 5 बजे बोला तो 6 बजे आने का. This is what. So this is how this is a responsibility as a leader that we have to walk our talk. Of course, this is so external and very gross, but there are a lot of things which are happening, on subtle level. That is a next level of homework itself. Subtle level. Like we tell everybody that you chant attentively, right? But how much we chant attentively, that's a question. But so that's a long-term homework to do these subtle level improvements. But at least on gross level, we should be accountable. That yes, when we had told something people to do, we should see that we are ourselves doing it. Otherwise, people consider it withdrawal, and they feel they don't like to cooperate, like that. Also, another thing is that we should also admit our vulnerability and apologize sincerely when we make withdrawal. In fact, genuine apology is also a great deposit, like that. So, of course, but repeated apologies are considered to be insincerity. So that's what we discuss. Sorry, har bar sorry bolte rehna is not a glorious thing. We should, but genuinely apologizing it's itself also, and also admitting vulnerability. Like for example, suppose we arrange a meeting. We say 5 o'clock is the meeting, but then we ourselves come at 5:15 or 5:30, and everybody is waiting for us. So we should genuinely apologize. Very sorry, Prabhuji, I came late. Some people don't feel also anything, as if they are the boss and they are right to do anything and everything with everybody. There should be a feeling that my God, I told 5 o'clock and these devotees will be waiting. How bad it is of me that I came so late. So we should apologize. Please forgive me. Somehow I was caught up, or I got clearing call, which is not in my hand. We can apologize and tell I'm really sorry for coming so late. So especially it is important amongst voice devotees, because if it is about a sannyasi or GBC, even if they come late, people will not become agitated about them. So once in Mafatlal, Bangalore, Radhanath Maharaj had come. So there was a particular time was fixed for a class. He came almost 2 hours late for the class. 2 घंटा devotees ऐसे ही बैठे थे और कीर्तन चल रहा था. But I could observe that devotees were not having any negative feeling towards Maharaj. And then later on we found out also that there was a very critical meeting was there Maharaj had. Maharaj was extremely sick. He was almost collapsed. And at the same time he had to attend that critical meeting. So that's why he became so much late. So, but I could see that people had no ill feeling towards him because of coming late. But that is not the example we can imitate here in voice. You cannot say, I am also, I am also leader of the voice. So if I call, I'll come 2 hours late. What will happen? Nobody will be there. उधर एक व्यक्ति भी उठा, एक व्यक्ति भी भाग नहीं गया. Of course, devotees were walking here and there. Nobody went out, but because that the position of Maharaj is so great on such a high level. But that doesn't apply to us. अगर हम 2 घंटा लेट आए तो सब लोग चले जाएंगे. बोलेंगे, शायद मीटिंग नहीं है आज. And then next time you call it, nobody will come. Right? That's what will happen. So that's why there has to be genuine apology. And so this apology is also deposit, considered to be deposit. When person understands that although he has committed some mistake, but is repentful about it, like that. And there are other also apologies for our mistreatment, sometimes strong behavior, like that. So sometimes it is necessary as a leader that we may chastise somebody, but then we should also later on little do malam patti, they call it, right? In our common language. So we should also apologize. I am sorry in case my behavior has hurted you, like that. So there are so many examples of this, like that. This Loknath Maharaj, once I saw that, he openly, Maharaj is always, he wakes up devotees when they are sleeping in class, right? You observe this? कोई class में सो रहा है तो उसको उठाते, बजाएंगे, he will say something like. So one devotee in Tirupati, he directly, pointed out, why are you sleeping? Something like that he said. I have observed this person. Immediately after that, Maharaj said, sorry, I gave you bad name. Publicly he spoke, sorry, I gave you bad name. Because all people looked at him, ना कौन है वो जिसको महाराज point out कर, सब लोग तो उसको कैसे तो लगा होगा थोड़ा. Maharaj said, sorry, I gave you bad name. So you see, immediate there was a apologizing. Although it is not required, he was correct in his behavior. He was not wrong because this devotee was sleeping. He is like a father. He can correct. He has full rights to correct. Nobody will blame Maharaj. Even that devotee will never blame Maharaj for why are you publicly correcting me. Even that devotee would have never felt anything about Maharaj. But Maharaj felt from his side that that he may be feeling bad. That's why Maharaj said. So we see these are all the ideal examples. So if these such a senior level people who have right, they can apologize. So who are we then, right? So this is one example. Then sometimes people feel that admitting mistake is a sign of weakness. That's what material world people feel. But it's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of security. Actually, a secure person, he has the courage to admit his mistakes. Insecure person, he always tries to give justifications. Like that. So, mistakes of judgment, which are usually of the mind, are easily forgiven. Mistakes of the heart, which invoke pride, rationalization, and ill motives, they are not easily forgiven. Somebody misjudged, then they are easily forgiven because it is a mistake of mind. कुछ तो गलत judgment हुआ, it is forgiven. So we know the example that there was Prabhupada sent a letter to whom? Bhakti Pradhan Keshav Maharaj. He sent letter that please send some kartals and mridangas. This was the initial days of Prabhupada being in America. You send something, and there was no reply. So Prabhupada felt very bad. And he thought that maybe he is not cooperating. And then when the letter went there, then later on they met each other. And then the disciples of Bhakti Pradhan Keshav Maharaj, that time Bhakti Pradhan Keshav Maharaj was on his last Leela, final days. He was on the deathbed. So they were telling Swami Maharaj is so rude that Guru Maharaj is passing away and he is asking for Kartal Mrudanga's problem. They felt how rude his Swami Maharaj is. He's not worrying that Hare, he's passing away now. But Prabhupada did not know that he's passing away. Prabhupada did not know. So there was a misjudgment, a kind of misjudgment we can say, or misunderstanding from both sides. But then when they both met, so that time Prabhupada understood, oh, he was passing away, I never knew. And they said, oh, Swami Maharaj, you didn't know, we didn't know that you didn't know. Like that. And then everything was so nicely clarified. And then they became again very nice. And of course, Prabhupada offered a very elaborate Shraddhanjali for Bhakti Vedanta. In fact, he cried tears, remembering. He forced me to take sannyas. Prabhupada cried tears.
Class.
In class only. Letter is also there. And he cried tears actually. And I think he wrote something.
He spoke to his
Yeah. So, like that. So we see that, but these are like mistake of mind sometimes. Of course, we cannot say both are great souls. This is some example, but Radhanath Maharaj tells that sometimes there can be misunderstanding amongst great soul also, but it should not be taken too seriously because sometimes this is after all a material world. Material world may sometimes there is miscommunication or lack of communication, which may cause some misunderstandings. But so these are like mind level, which are not intentionally done. It is not that Prabhupada, if would have known that he is on the deathbed, it is not that Prabhupada would have still asked him, kuch to de do mujhe. It was very obvious. And similarly, if Bhakti Kradaya Keshav Maharaj would have been in a very good position, he might have helped Prabhupada also. Like that. So that's all. So, but sometimes there are intention mistakes of heart, means wrong intention itself is there. Any example? Which invoke pride. Due to pride, there is a intention itself is ill, motivation itself is wrong, or there is sometimes rationalization. How? Huh? Suruchi, that was not mistake of mind. It was no misunderstanding there. It was heart. She was envious of Dhruva. She was very puffed up. She was very proud. So Suruchi is one example. Daksha to Shiva. There was no misunderstanding between Daksha and Shiva. He was clear cut, very envious of Lord Shiva. And he was rationalization ka acha example hai. What he's telling? Don't think I am envious of Lord Shiva, he's telling. And then he's blabbering about Lord Shiva like anything. Don't think I am envious. He's rationalizing as if it is a right thing. Then ill motives. Any other example? Ramchandra Puri, clear cut ill motivations. What he used to do? Call devotees? That is he did later on. First he would feed devotees, forcefully he would feed. And devotees out of respect for him, they would say, कि क्या करे अभी सन्यासी है, माधवेंद्र पुरी के डिसाइपल है, क्या उनका स्टेचर रहेगा वो, तो वो बोल रहे थोड़ा, they used to eat. Then what he would say? He would criticize. Just see these disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are overeating. They are gluttons. They eat so much. Sometimes devotees are also like that. They call to home other devotees. They feed them with great force. And later on they say, कितना खाते हैं ये? इसलिए किसी के घर पे खाने के लिए जाता है तो थोड़ा केयरफुली जाना चाहिए. Because we hear this type of responses. कितना खाते हैं? Better we go to somebody's home, eat little bit, and then come back to voice and eat again. Don't eat like anything because we don't know. Some of them are Ramchandra Puri's incarnations. Some of them, not everyone, like that. So, but we see that motivations are ill motivations, and they cannot be easily forgiven. So, another important aspect in this emotional withdrawal and deposits is that clarifying, especially ये तो बहुत crucial है कलियुगा, clarifying expectations, clarifying things, because people have so many expectations from us, isn't it? This is one of the diseases in Kali-yuga. People are not concerned about what they are doing towards others. They are always concerned about what they are getting from others. And that's why they have innumerable expectations from others. But they don't check what am I doing. People feel that temple ने सबको प्रसाद देना चाहिए. हम जब भी आए temple ने हमको प्रसाद देना चाहिए. But they are not caring that how much seva I am doing for temple. How much am I doing for temple? Like that. isn't it? They don't ask that. That's why, who is that? Nixon. He said, ask not what country does for you, ask what you do for country. Actually, it is more applicable for Krishna, because when we serve Krishna, we get benefited. Hmm. It is our duty to give to Krishna. Actually, Krishna is only giving us. We are only giving something out of that to Krishna. But sometimes people just come and they say that सब मंदिर में हमको सब कुछ फोकट में देना चाहिए, right? And everything they will like to take all full advantage, like जैसा government का है ना, they would like to take full advantage of that temple's facilities, But they don't ask how much seva I am doing for temple, how much donation am I giving for temple. Sometimes I used to think these people may be very poor. What to do? Maybe they are very poor, so they have very much crisis. But they are millionaires sometimes. So they are not poor economically; they are poor in heart. The heart is not proper. Their intentions are not good. So that's why this is the symptom of modern age, that where people have enormous amounts of expectations, and they don't care what they are doing for others. Like that. Sometimes from a counselor also people have enormous expectations, but they are not checking whether are they serving, are they fulfilling the instructions to that degree. They see that he is like a emotional bank counselor. ATM machine है emotional. जे आग आया तो डालते रहो अनर्थास उनके ऊपर, और उनका वही काम है, अनर्थास हमारे सफाई करते रहो. But we should check, am I following instructions? Am I serving him properly? Am I fulfilling the instructions? Right? So in such a scenario, similarly from Guru also, people feel that Guru should come and talk to me. But we should ask, what kind of service am I doing to Guru that he should come and recognize me? Isn't it? Like that. One of the typical, tension of Guru is enormous expectations from people. Like, that's why we may think Guru Maharaj कितना अच्छा है, इतना गार्लैंड मिलता है, फर्स्ट क्लास कार में आते हैं, इतना आसान नहीं है वो. इतने लोगों का इतना सारा एक्सपेक्टेशन रहता है उनके ऊपर. एंड दे लेटर ऑन क्रिटिसाइज आल्सो गुरु आल्सो, कि गुरु महाराज ने ऐसा नहीं किया, वैसा नहीं किया, ऐसा नहीं किया. हंड्रेड्स ऑफ थिंग्स लाइक दैट. So we see that, that's why it is very important that we should clarify the expectations. So better, somebody was telling, he was telling Aditya Pura, I think so. If counselor is hating us, we should go and ask. Or I think Rohit Pro was also telling something like that we should find out what is the reason. Better clarify what was the expectation and what did not I fulfill it. Because the root of almost all relationship difficulties is ambiguous expectation with regards to roles and goals. And this is the typical thing which we may say, actually expectation should be stated very clearly also. And they should be clarified very clearly. Like we may give some seva to somebody. Prabhu, ye seva karo. But we have never told him कि कल तक कर देंगे तो अच्छा होगा. Something like that. We are not set any deadline. So then that devotee, he will take his own time, and then we will be so angry. Irresponsible fellow. Immediately we stamp it. Irresponsible. But you never stated that it should be done tomorrow only, right? So we have not clarified the expectations of it. At the other side also, he has also not clarified project till when it should be done, right? So that's how it has to be very clear. Communication has to be very clearly noted down like that. So many examples we can say about clarifying expectations. What is the expected? Because without that, what you say, the person may be expecting something. Like sometimes one person's disposition is that he should take things proactively. My subordinate should take things proactively. He should understand that he is given that particular seva or position, so he should do things proactively. Subordinate is thinking what? When he tells, I'll do it. Have you seen this? This I also personally experience with my superiors sometimes. I am thinking that when he tells, I'll do it. Sometimes the superior is thinking, अरे आपको बोला है ना, आपका responsibility है, आपने करना चाहिए. तो इसमें कभी-कभी there is a conflict happens. A lot of ill feeling happens towards each other. Lot of grudges happens to it because expectations are not so clear. So better state it very clearly. You should tell it that Prabhu, this is what is your responsibility. 1, 2, 3, 4. ये आपका responsibility है, आपको करना है. Sometimes people say, अरे आप इंचार्ज है ना ये प्रोग्राम के, तो आपको समझना चाहिए ना कि लोगों का मेंटर्स का फॉलो अप लेना चाहिए करके. इसे हाँ क्या प्रभु जी, मुझे पता ही नहीं, मुझे लगा इंचार्ज है नहीं सेटअप करने का. अरे इंचार्ज मीन्स दैट यू शुड फॉलो. नहीं नहीं प्रभु जी, आई डिडंट नो इट. तो इसलिए क्या करना चाहिए, चेकलिस्ट दो. दिस यही सारा आपका सेवा है. ये करना है प्रभु. देन ही विल डू इट. बिकॉज़ समटाइम्स अरे दिस इज कॉमन सेंस ना. कॉमन सेंस इज अनकॉमन ना. कलयुगा में कॉमन सेंस इज अनकॉमन. दैट्स व्हाट what was supposed to be common sense in old times is not common sense now. you know that's what is called as generation gap. हमको कभी ये तो common sense है, but वही इसको ही generation gap कहते हैं, because something is considered to be common sense in previous times, it is not is there in the current time. Typically that is generation gap. तो इसलिए expectation should be very clear. इसलिए वो company में डायरेक्ट यही देते हैं, right? SOP. हाँ SOP they give, और also they give some roles and पूरा लिख के दे देते. Yeah. जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन, या करेक्ट. जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन देगी कि ये करना है आपको, ये आपको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. एंड वो रिटर्न रहता है, ईमेल पे रहता है, ऐसा नहीं कि वर्बली बताते हैं. थिंग्स बिकम मोर सिंपलर टू एग्जीक्यूट. राइट. So I think our voice and ISKCON also in systems we have to improve in this regard. So we have to also make it little like that. Very clearly say ये है प्रभु जी, दे दो उनको. So that then we have full rights to demand also. Right. Otherwise what happens, I thought it is like that. He says no, I thought it is like that, but both thoughts are not missing. Matching. Have you heard this? I thought it is like that Prabhu. अरे how can you feel it, how can you say it is like that? This is common sense. इसके ऊपर एक अच्छा ड्रामा कर सकते हैं आप लोग. You can make some skit out of this, some situations of this. Some skits will be very helpful for voice devotees. So आप सब तो युधिष्ठिर ग्रुप है, आपको पता है सब situations. So you will make some, it should not be so realistic also. लोगों को समझ में आ जाए कि मेरे बारे में हो रहा है. It should be little exaggerated. That's what, and it should be indirect. नहीं तो लोगों को लगेगा ये मेरे ऊपर ही बोल रहे हैं. Like that. So but some skits will be very helpful. I thought it is like that, Prabhuji. Right. Okay. So when we assume, the word assume means making ass out of you and me. ASSUME, assume. Making ass out of you and me. Don't assume anything. Better speak it, clarify it. So the biggest thing required, actually, it is such a contrast, right? In the days of yore, previously, there was no communication medium, but people were so easily understanding each other and they were very having nice relationship. Now the communications have increased, with that miscommunications have increased more. Right? Modes of communications have increased so much, but with that miscommunications also has multiplied. I think in a, what do you call it, raised to power proportions, like that. So immediately, somebody doesn't pick up our phone, what we think, he doesn't like me. Huh? He's ignoring me, he doesn't like me, maybe he's upset. अरे वो बाथरूम में बेचारा, क्या कर रहे का, he has gone for cleaning. But immediately mind tells something. So now what happens then when we call him back, when suppose after some time we call him again, what we should do? No, we only call him back, he has not called back. Suppose we called a person, he didn't pick up, after 2 hours we call him back, then we should say, Prabhu, I called you 2 hours back, any problem? Better ask like this, especially if it is in our mind, it is like that maybe he doesn't respect me. Right? So then better we, he may say, oh Prabhuji, I was in college class, sorry Prabhuji. Or sorry, my mobile was on silent, or something like that he may say. Then we'll understand, okay, it is not that he doesn't respect me, he respects me, but somehow he was busy or somehow he was not available, like that. But and hopefully with that we'll understand that not every person who doesn't pick up our call is necessarily disrespecting me. Maybe he's respecting, but maybe there is something like that. So, but this requires courage, effort, and time. In the beginning, one may say, ये सब करते कौन करते बैठेगा, मुझे कितना टाइम जाता है इसमें, एंड इतना सब कुछ बताना पड़ता है ये वो. But it is a great investment. It will spare compounding misunderstandings, disappointments, and communication breakdowns in long term. Terms Radhesham has used are very appropriate. Compounding misunderstanding. Simple interest and compound interest, right? So these are compounding misunderstandings happen if there is no clarification of expectations. So although it may be some effort and time, so that's why we say that आप केटी करो डिपार्टमेंट में, क्योंकि क्या होता है अगर वो प्रॉपरली नहीं हुआ तो then the authorities are expecting ये क्यों नहीं हुआ, and he doesn't know it is to be done. He feels मुझे किसी ने बताया नहीं ये करने के लिए, मैं क्या करूं. Like that. So better spare some time and do proper KT in written format or email, some format which is preserved like that. Otherwise, compounding misunderstanding. What will be misunderstanding in this case? Authority is thinking, what he will think authority? Is not sincere, is not responsible, right? But then authority will go and chastise him. आपने किया नहीं. Subordinate, what he will think?
Superior doesn't understand.
Superiors are not understanding. They are so rude. मुझे क्या पता ये करना है करके. How will I understand? Know it. मैं क्या सर्वज्ञ हूँ क्या? Am I परमात्मा in everybody's heart? Am I omniscient, omnipotent? मुझे भी किसी ने बताना चाहिए ना. मुझे किसी ने बताया नहीं. Like that, right? So compounding misunderstandings, disappointments, right? And communication breakdowns. What do you mean by communication breakdown? No communication henceforth. I don't talk to you and you don't talk to me. This is communication breakdown. Henceforth एक दूसरे के साथ बात ही नहीं करेंगे. So this is because of clarifying expectation, not like that. तो ये बहुत important point है. This is very very crucial point. Clarifying expectations, very very crucial. Amongst I think all the points, this is the most important point I have to consider. Because उसके कारण unnecessarily, for small things there are sparks in relationships happen. So better clarify the things, what is expected, what is this, especially when we observe that certain person is keeping distance from us or something, or he's running away from us, or he's not behaving with us properly. So we can ask Proji, anything disappointed in my behavior? You got disappointed with something of my behavior. Then he may not initially reveal also. He may say, no, it's all right, everything. But we have to get into the thing. Prabhu, there is something. So why you are saying like this? Yeah, because I can see that you don't talk to me these days. You are neglecting me these days. So then he may say, yeah, because this is what you did, so I felt bad. So that's why I'm keeping it. Then there can be clarification, which will solve the issue. Most probably. The last point is we should learn to see good potential in others. The trust goes in two directions, not in one direction. Those who cannot trust others are often themselves not trustworthy. Prabhupada trusted so much, isn't it? Prabhupada trusted people with mission who were whom hippies before. Prabhupada trusted them with mission. So Prabhupada again is the best example for this, seeing good potential in others. So seeing good means seeing the soul and perceiving Krishna's hand in everything. So many examples of these are there, right? That Prabhupada displayed that. He saw a small spark of Krishna consciousness. That famous example of person bringing toilet paper.
Yes.
Prabhupada is saying that his devotional service has begun. Right. So small, in fact, many Prabhupada disciples admit that they say that we never thought that we could do so much. But Prabhupada had more confidence on us than we ourselves had on ourselves. Like that, isn't it? So this, we should learn to trust others, see good potential in them, should learn to neglect little bit their uh, mistakes or this thing. Despite Indra committed such a big mistake, we see that Krishna again made him Indra. Brahma also committed big mistake. Krishna did not say him that now next Brahma, you are not qualified to be Brahma. Krishna corrected them, but kept them in the same service. Krishna did not take away their service. He did not say Indra, you try to kill my Brajavasis. Huge, no? It is like worse than demon also. Indra acted demoniacally practically. But Krishna forgave him. And he said, you know, still Krishna is, after that also, Krishna is appearing in the yajnas done by Indra. Right? Despite all this, Krishna again went to Indra Loka to return back the earrings of Aditi and umbrella also of Varuna, right? Which was stolen by Narakasur. Despite this, Krishna went there. And फिर भी उधर फिर से Indra fought with him while coming for Parijata. But despite that, still Krishna has not removed Indra from his position, and still Krishna is appearing whenever Indra is performing yajna. Right? So much potential Krishna is seeing, because he's seeing. So इसलिए similarly, when we say, that's why these are many considerations are there, that this person, how much seva he has done, so certain mistakes should be forgiven, neglected seva, how much he has done for this thing. So even if somebody might have not done certain things properly, but his past, if he has done a lot of seva, if he has exhibited a lot of sincerity in terms of sadhana, morning program, then that should be, the person should be given little extra inch of concession or mercy or kindness because of his past, very wonderful services. That's what we see Prabhupada also did with his disciples. He encouraged them. All right, so we complete here. It's already time, so we will stop. There are so many discussions can be there on this, but then time is not there. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Class is over. Those who want, they can carry on.
Discussed that we have to invest on deposits, and sometimes we see that even after many years, we know the person, but still that deposit factor is lacking. Like many times we see husband and wife all they are living it for so many years, still that deposit is missing.
This is one of my personal problem I can admit here, is that we assume that I am depositing, but it may not be. So that's why it is important to cross check whether it is actually a deposit or not. How do we understand? What are the symptoms that there is really great deposit in the front person?
Will be very grateful.
Okay, he'll be very grateful.
Action like service.
He'll be very eager to serve. He will reciprocate like anything. He will proactively come to us.
Feedback.
He would love to be with us. He would proactively, he will come to us. He'll be ecstatic in our association. Like that. So, like for example, we chastise somebody. So how do we understand that it was appropriate or not so appropriate?
According to our position, if we are like having management, then we
But despite that, sometimes people are not very, they cannot take it positive.
It is looking to uplift his conscience.
But we think like that it will help him to uplift his conscience. What if he doesn't think that? We may think that I have a position. Sometimes we may say, I am a counselor. Can't I chastise? That is okay on an official level, on a documents, in his the rights, it is there. But when it comes to a practical situation, sometimes it is not there. even if somebody may be guru, even if somebody may be counselor, it is right of guru and counselor, father to chastise. But in a practical grounds, uh, sometimes there is. So the symptom is that person is going away from us. Means what? He has not taken it positive. Person is again coming back to us means he has taken positive. That shows that he is very intimate with you. But if it is not, that means relationship is not yet very. In our counselor meeting, one devotee asked Rayasham Prabhu, what if our subordinate, we can see that he doesn't like us so much, or he doesn't have much appreciation. So what would be your answer?
Krishna gives some souls to Guru.
Okay. You know, understand that he has come for my purification.
For his own upliftment, thinking that person is not liking subordinate, not liking his superior. It's not good for subordinate. There can be mature enough to get over to whom he can appreciate.
Okay. Subordinate superior should hand him over to another superior whom he can appreciate more. Yeah, this is very practical.
I'm like, he's not like both. I'm like,
Okay, this is what answer Aisha proved. That superior should invest more in subordinate. He should understand that he has, and he should avoid chastising him, should avoid correcting him. He should give more appreciation and encouragement and all that. But it requires a lot of big heart to do so. Answer to both hai acha, but it takes a lot of big heart to do so, right? A lot of humility is required to do it.
So then
in the first life is also.
That also takes big heart to hand him over to.
if subordinate got to know, hey, my superior has got displeased with me, and because of my such and such behavior, so then what should be his actions of subordinate?
He should try to please him. Seek forgiveness and try to please him. Find out first of all if you know what displeased, then so things are more easy. But if you don't know only, then we can ask. If we cannot ask him directly, then we can request somebody else to ask. Some of our friend can go and ask that superior. If we think that some particular, particular of other devotee friend is very close to that superior, then somebody suppose, one XYZ preacher, if you feel that he's displeased with you, then but you are not having courage to ask directly also, then you may tell somebody that this person has a lot of intimacy with him. So go and ask him. That, can you go and ask? Toji seems to be displeased with you. Anything like that? Can you go and ask? Then he will ask that Toji, is it that Aditya Baru did something that you are displeased with him? Then he may say yes, no, whatever. Then he may come and tell you. So the main reason that despite so many years of deposits, there is no deposit actually is seen sometimes. There are two reasons. One reason is that we may think that it is a deposit, but it is not a deposit. Second reason could be another person maybe of Shudra mentality, because Shudras are never satisfied. कितना भी करो उनके लिए, what they will say, कुछ नहीं कर रहे हमारे.
Kalyuga we see like maximum are the
No,
second
but Vaishnavas are also there. Our dealings are majorly with Vaishnavas. Is sometimes we feel that if sometimes we come across some Vaishnava who is a neophyte, so he may exhibit that type of tendency, but he is never this thing. Then we have to deal some appropriately. Certain what is keeping little. ठीक है बाबा, आपको better, as he said also, that better you deal with some other superior who can satisfy you if I am not able to satisfy you, or some other friend. But we have to really cross check also. We should not assume the second case immediately, because it is very easy to assume that he is a Shudra. We may say, क्या करे ये Shudra है, इससे कितना भी करो इसके लिए satisfy नहीं होता. But we have to cross check first of all our own things and whether we have really done or not properly things. We have to cross check that. Otherwise, it may be wrong judgment. Huh?
Prakash, everybody's goal is like advanced and simultaneously we do this whatever Brahmana Vaishnava. Now in Vaishnavas also there can be some people who are this although we can say Vaishnavas are above all this caste system, but generally our dealings are with sadhakas, we're not pure devotees. Yeah. So there can be Vaishnavas who are on this mentality.
There are,
Yes.
but they should purify themselves. They are not advanced.
So like in that case,
They are not very advanced Vaishnava. They are very because Varnashram is not within a Vaishnava system. Person who is Vaishnava means he is above Varnashram. That consideration. So he has to transcend his tendencies of being Shudra. Actually, one has to transcend Brahminical tendency also, but Brahminical tendency is somewhat favorable. But that he is not considered very advanced. Occupation may be anything. Guna karma vibhagashaha. Guna has to be of Brahmana. Karma can be of Shudra. And if somebody says, nahi, generally it is tough. Because along with karma, Guna also is almost similar. But then he is a candidate for Varnashram, not the candidate for Vaishnavism so much. So he can be engaged in karma yoga rather than bhakti yoga.
like 93% job is established.
Because that's what not everybody is able to come to the level of Brahmana. Qualities also. Then for them, Varnashram is a good system by which they can gradually elevate. That's why we say karma yoga. Suppose you find somebody, who is very dirty by nature. उसको कितने बार बोला कि आप क्लियरिंग के बाद बात लेना चाहिए नहीं ले तो उसका मतलब क्या है he is not meant for Brahminical culture which we have in devotional service. So what we should say, you chant holy names, maybe you come gradually.
There are so many examples. There are many devotees who are from Shudra background and they have habits also like Shudra, but they are pure.
How who is there?
Like we give an example of this cobbler story. Like cobbler,
What habit he had?
maybe not this befitting.
There are hardly any examples. There are very exceptional cases they may have,
Yeah, come on.
but very exceptional they are. Usually, although they are born in Shudra family, but their qualities were like of Brahmanas. That's what usually they are. Because Prabhupada says that Vaishnava is automatically a Brahman. Maybe they are born in that family, but their qualities were more or less of a Vaishnava, this Brahmana. You had some.
Yes. So like you mentioned, we should be trying to know the person if you want to appreciate. One point had come, like in devotee circle, at least we should be knowing what are devotees likings but many times it becomes easy to understand about the devotee. But now many times when I go to home, there it becomes very difficult. Like means to full. It's not that I want to fulfill their expectation, but like you made one point that small courtesies also may cause distress.
But I feel that families के साथ और ज़्यादा आसान है because we are staying with them for 20 years.
No, Prabhuji, it's not.
It's not easy.
Actually, in my family, like we were always separated only.
Staying separately with each other.
Like from after 10 stand, after I can say 7th standard only, I was like out.
By the time you gained your adulthood
Consciousness.
conscience or something, consciousness.
So,
That case, then we can ask also, frankly, what
and so if I ask my mother, she will, you do your work duties properly. That's
you can ask that, I want to bring some certain prasad for you. Which one you like? Then She will say, I like this particular. You get that when you go home and get that for like that. Because anyways you want to carry prasad. It's good to carry what she likes. That's a deposit. Better ask. You can directly ask also. Sometimes if we don't know the person, better we ask also directly. You can say, Prabhu, today is your birthday. I want to give you something. What you would like? You may say, I don't want anything, but I want to give you something. So ask something. Like,
But many times that other person he may hesitate. Arey, how do you
then find out from somebody else who knows him. Again, see what he needs, what he will like, with what he'll be happy.
Sometimes it may happen. That,
Like we know what Prabhupada is to like. Kachori is very clearly known, right? Prabhupada mentioned also in one this thing. He went to one home and they were saying, Swamiji, what you would like to take? You want to cook something? Prabhupada said, please make kachoris.
Arey,
I like kachoris very much. Prabhupada told very frankly. Yeah.
कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि मंत्र बहुत ज्यादा आ जाते हैं कभी कभार उस टाइम कैसे मतलब बिहेव करना है
Mantra, Mahamantra, writing.
ड्यूटी करते
So,
because of his date coming or genuine reasons
तो genuine reason है तो महामंत्र क्यों लिखने का जरूरत है?
कभी कभी वो बहुत ये हो जाता है
Genuine reason के लिए महामंत्र is not there. ना? Suppose somebody has slept after 11:30 because of some particular issue, then he comes late also. There is no need of महामंत्र. 11:30. But रोज नहीं ऐसा नहीं कि रोज 11:30 को ही सो रहे हैं और बोल रहे हैं कि genuine reason है. Genuine reason is always once in a while reason.
कभी कभी devotees का इतने मंत्र बढ़ जाते हैं 400 500 पेंडिंग
Then that is morning program in church should be stricter. No? It is not that it keeps on pending. Hey, when it is they are supposed to submit Mahamantra. By next day at least they should submit.
Yes.
No? How is it like that? That 400 Mahamantra.
happened
Nine. They should submit by next day itself. Actually, those days the policy was right there. They should write. But when somehow Rayashamru only relaxed that rule, we never relaxed it ourselves. Rayashamru himself only relaxed that rule. ठीक है next day तक submit करो. At least ऐसा नहीं होना कि next day भी submit कर रहे हैं, दूसरा दिन तीसरा दिन आ रहा है. It should not be like that. Then we had to complain about him to the counselor or preacher who is not submitting. What do you think that we should forgive that? 400 Mahamantra.
devotee tackle that situation. By chance, it may happen that by chance, not by chance, but he is spending 400, 500. a month.
That's a problem. This is a mistake of in charge, morning program in charge. He is at fault because he has not been strict. Morning program in charge is at fault for this because he should have been stricter. He's not strict. He is very loose fellow. That's why this is happening. सिंपल है. आज दिन लिखा नहीं, दूसरे दिन भी सबमिट किया गया, तीसरे दिन उनको बोला आपको चैंटिंग करना अलाउड ही नहीं, पहले महामंत्र लिखो, then only you can chant. You cannot chant only. He says I don't obey you, then to है superior set. Then PM है और counselor है, जो भी है. Caregivers. The only exception could be maybe there are exams जिसमें थोड़ा leniency दिखा सकते हैं. ठीक है, बेचारे का एग्जाम है नेक्स्ट डे और इंटरव्यू है किसी का दूसरे दिन. But if somebody has slept very late because of some very genuine reason, we don't have to ask Mahamantra from. That's not required. But we have to know the reason very clearly. It should be testified genuine reason. So somebody comes in railway station only at 11:30. By the time he comes to voice, it becomes 12. So next day we should not say write Mahamantra.
Personal question. I don't know. I'm saying good, bad, or this.
No, it is neither good or bad.
Hey, yeah, abroad, study there, again, start get relaxed as much as possible. I don't want to work very laborious.
Very good.
Means spending more time in Mandir. Like
Wow, you will be
Because-
ideal devotee then. I will quote your example every year if you can do this. Raisham Guru will take you on his head and dance, I think so.
because of its lack of
But you will
time.
not like to sit on Raisham Guru's head, right? You would like to sit at his feet.
My idea is that Pankaj Nitya Prabhu. He
Ah.
is doing only 4 hours or 2 hours of work per
So
day.
we are really looking for such type of devotee. 4 घंटा काम करके.
Company, हमारे side में company.
I mean,
He is my ideal actually.
very nice.
This sadhana and all. I want to be like that one after.
Now that's how we have to also find out because everybody's situations are not the same also. You notes they do. I have to go through them again and again. Actually, doing GRE is never bad. What is bad about it? But that is individually we have to see that we have to protect our Krishna consciousness wherever we go. Should choose such places only where there is association with devotees and like that. And,
Path itself is, I mean, going in right path or not. What's the symptoms or highlight for that I'm going fine.
First of all, are you very clear that how things you want to have? What are the things? How things are going to be? It should be like very clear. First of all, when we have to talk with the people who are there, is what is the purpose of your going? This is a very broad purpose that eventually I want to be working less and more bhakti. But वो बहुत broad हो गया. On a short basis, how you feel, you have to make some kind of math for your further life. कि, okay, इसके बाद ऐसा होगा. Means, of course, ultimately it depends on Krishna, but still, from our side, what is our step? Suppose I'll go there, then what? Okay, हो गया, GRE complete. उसके बाद क्या करना? उसके बाद क्या करना? उसके बाद तो फिर ये क्लैरिटी रहना चाहिए थोड़ा. Recording.